الله أكبر الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. إن الحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. وقال الله تعالى في القرآن: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ولا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين. Dear brothers and sisters, this is a short message for all Muslims in specific, and every single individual, every person in the world in general, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us, our creator, our the creator who created us. He has guided us. He has told us that there is one power that is called shaitan, iblis, right? He is your enemy. So Quran says, وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا خُطُوَاتِ الشَّيْطَانِ, do not follow the footsteps of shaitan. He is verily your enemy, open enemy. So we have to be careful. We know, Muslims in particular know that shaitan is, of course, is our enemy. But are we practically trying to stay away from his footsteps, stay away from his attacks, the way he attacks us, the way he misguides us, the way he attracts us, the way he seduces us? Are we in practical struggling to stay on the right path, on the path that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us, the right path? Are we treading on the right path? So who will tell us what is right, what is wrong, what should be done, what should not be done? The best thing which we will learn is, and which will guide us, that's Quran and Sunnah. So Quran and Sunnah will tell us how can we fight against shaitan, iblis. How can we stay away from his footsteps, the way he tells us to go? How can we avoid it? Muhammad Rasulullah sallam always gave a lot of beautiful pieces of advice to his companions, to Sahaba, the way that we can be away from shaitan, we can protect ourselves from this shaitan and his attacks and his seductions and his ways of attracting us towards dunya, so that we become busy in dunya and we neglect our destination, our akhirah. So we have to, brother and sister, we have to be careful. We have to practically look into our life, look into our ways, look into, what are we struggling for in this dunya, in the world. Are we preparing ourselves for akhirah? Are we doing something for our destination? This is the time that we should start thinking. We should start at least thinking about it. What's going on? What am I doing? What are my priorities? What am I doing for this dunya, and what am I saving for akhirah? The things which I will, the actions, the deeds which I will use Yawmul Akhirah, which I will bring with me and present before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will weigh our actions, our deeds, and the weigh will be upon our intentions, how clean, how sincere, how nice, how good intentions we had when we performed those actions, when we did those actions, this is what we have to be careful, and we have to see how this big enemy is trying to make us go astray, and keeping us on the wrong path, and keeping us busy, putting us in ghafla, in kind of in the state of oblivion, that we forget our destination, our right place, where we're gonna go one day. Everybody has to go, everybody has to taste the death. And so we have to, this is the time when we have a life, this is the time when we have the feelings, we have aql, we have mind, we can think. What are we doing? We believe in Quran, we believe Muhammad Rasulullah sallam as a prophet, as a leader, as imam, as a sheikh. But are we trying to act upon his pieces of advice? Are we trying to choose, select, or reject things according to his pieces of advice? In every part of life, in every realms of life, are we focusing what our leader Muhammad Rasulullah sallam guided us, what he told us to do, and what he told us not to do, what he told us to perform, and what he told us to abstain from? So are we doing like that? So we have to see our life. Does our life reflect according to those pieces of beautiful advice from Muhammad Rasulullah? So brothers and sisters, I'm trying to convey this message in a very simple words, in a very simple and straightforward way. I'm not very expert in my conveying the message, but my words are so simple, but they are valuable, right? You please do think, do spare some times to think about what are you doing. What are you gonna be in among the losers? Are you gonna be among the gainers? Will you gain? Will you lose in Yawm al-Qiyamah, when you transfer from this dunya to another world, from this world to another world, when you are transferring? So the things that you need there, do you have them? Are they handy? Are you struggling? Are you doing something? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us ability to act upon and increase our iman, and increase our knowledge, and the knowledge that will benefit us in dunya and akhirah. Jazakallahu khair wa ma alayna illa al balagh.